I'm in the church of the Holy Sepulchre Jerusalem, looking at the big line, the long line for the tomb entrance. And this is the tomb of Jesus. Usually this is not the angle that I'm starting with, but it's beautiful, I must say. Then in that case, the tour will be of the church, and it will be dedicated to everyone who watch it. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But this time, I'm adding Susan Caebone and John, her husband, John and Caebone, and I'm dedicated the tour for them as well. That is the cross that they bought for themselves. I'm blessing it in the church, and soon the energy of it will be so strong. And of course, I will send it to them. If you want to have your own cross, then go into the link of Buy Me a Coffee link in the description of that video. If you won't find it, you can ask me and I will send it to you, and you will understand how to get it. But the deal includes the cross, different kind of crosses, the video, which I will upload to YouTube, and I will send it to them. Of course, it's not going to be mine. It's not mine. It's belongs to John and Susan Caebone. Usually, they're telling me a lot about themselves, and I'm adding it into the video. But this time, I have nothing about you. Then I will act like I'm doing a regular tour, and from time to time, I will bless it. Then the tomb of Jesus location is here, but it used to be a cave, and the cave of Joseph of Arimathea, who gave Jesus his own tomb. That I'm standing in the garden of Joseph of Arimathea. The garden was so close to the crucifixion place that belonged beginning to King Herod. That was the quarry of King Herod, and later on used by the Romans as a crucifixion place outside the wall of the city, according to the Bible. Today, it's in the center of the city. It's in the Times Square of the city. Then some of the Christians trying to find a different solution for the cross, for the side, and there's another place that's called the Garden Tomb that mark the crucifixion place and the resurrection of Jesus. That for me, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre name, it's a wrong name. Church of the Holy Tomb, because you're looking at the Holy Tomb, but the tomb is empty, and that is the importance of it. The Greek Orthodox call it the Church of the Resurrection. If you ask me, a better name. That tomb that used to be a cave, been destroyed so many times. Then what you will see now is a decola from the 19th century that was renovated lately, and it includes two chapels. The first one is the Angel Chapel, who took care that no one will steal the body of Jesus. The second part is the tomb itself. Then I don't know if you will be able to see it, because there are too many people now here. But before that, what is that car doing inside the church? Lately they are renovating the floor. Look how bad the floor situation looks like. It took them many years to reach an agreement, because their church belongs to the Greek Orthodox, to the Armenian, to the Catholic, and so many others got right here. Then in that matter, the tomb includes two parts. The first part is the chapel. You can see the candle. This is the Angel Chapel, who took care that no one will steal the body of Jesus. The second part is the tomb itself. Susan, you can see your name in Hebrew, and John as well. Oh, look at that, they're opening now the place in the system. Can I take a video of it? And then in that case, they're really not happy that I'm taking a video of it, but you can see that. And on the way you will see the renovation there, and I'm putting some stones about it. They're covering the excavations. The stones The floor is not there anymore. They are renovating it. They're checking each one of it. They already excavate to see what is beneath it. Now they will cover it and they will put a temporary floor until they will decide what to do with the original stones. That's the last part. Soon they will open that part, and as I believe, they will start to excavate the other side. And you're actually watching history in process. Then John and Susan. That is the tomb of Jesus, or this side of the tomb of Jesus. And let's continue to show you some other sites here. And this is the place that Mary Magdalene saw Jesus right there on Sunday. Did you see my Lord? She saw that he is the gardener of Joseph of Arimathea garden. Then he took the body and she said, please let me take the body back to the tomb. Then I'm standing just where Jesus was standing. Now Mary Magdalene is there. Let's continue the tour. And the door is still open, and you can see a little bit of what's happening there. And I'm talking about the tomb here. And let's enter to another important place. And that looks like a cathedral. I mean, if you imagine how the church looks like, you expected to see something like that. This is the Greek Orthodox cathedral inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. And you can see here the wall of icons, iconostasis, that separated the Holy of the Holy, which is the other side, from the disciple place. When the priests are dealing with Jesus, preparing the holy bread, hostia, and the wine, it's there, you cannot see it. He will go out with it only after he will prepare it. And Jerusalem is heaven, is above you. Look how beautiful the chandelier is. And look how beautiful is the dome. But the most important part here is that stone. According to the Greek Orthodox, this is the center of the world. Let me make a round tour around it. We're going out from the Catholicon, from the Cathedral of the Greek Orthodox, and we will continue to visit the church. Then in that case, we saw the resurrection area and the tomb, which is actually the same site. I don't know if I mentioned it, but that cross was blessed inside the church earlier. Sadly, I cannot take a video in it. It was blessed at the Calvary, the Golgotha, early morning at 7 a.m. Mainly because I was the only one here. But I wanted to take the video at the same time that Jesus was on the cross. Then for me it's quite an important thing. All right, you can see the shining stone here. And that is, we saw the tomb. And we are going to visit the stone that you saw. And we're going backward, remember? Then here we are. You can see that they prepared Jesus after his death. They're preparing, just like they prepare every Jew until today. They purified his body and they put a shroud around him. You can see that he entered into the tomb with it. And in the book of John even mentioned that they have a special part for the head, which is true, which is beautiful to know. Not only for the body, for the head as well. Here you can see Mary, the mother. This is for you. And the women, including Mary Magdalene. And there's only one man of the 12, John, the beloved one, the one without the beard. Maybe because he was young. You see the nails, which is so sad. And Joseph of Arimathea gave Jesus his own tomb. You saw his garden. He started the tour there together with Magdalene. And the place that I will anoint that cross of you is right there. That's where the body of Jesus was laid. For you can see the oil. Some people actually told me that when the cross reached their houses, they could smell the original anointing oil. I'm happy. I'm happy. And now, what's left for us to do is to visit the Golgotha, the Calvary. And where it is? Right here. This is the exit, which is from the Greek Orthodox side. We will enter, together with your cross, through the Catholic part. Then we entered to the Catholic part of the crucifixion side of the Golgotha. And here you can see a few important things. First one, Abraham and Isaac. What is the connection to Jesus? To the crucifixion. Gabriel the angel stopped Abraham from doing it, but he sacrificed the lamb. And who is the lamb? Jesus. Jesus came to complete the story, and he took the sins of us with him. And in that case, there is a huge connection. Another important thing here is look at that beautiful mosaic wall. That's where they nailed Jesus into the cross. And you can see Mary Magdalene anointing the legs of Jesus. She knew to do that, and she did it when she came, when they came, he came to Martha and Mary's house at Bethany. Beautiful village today, and difficult now to see, but there's Mary with a spear in her heart, which is symbolizes the Pietà. And first, let's see it from the Greek Orthodox part because it's empty. Then here it is. You can see the bedrock covered with a glass, and this is the crucifixion spot. That's where I blessed the cross early morning. John is to the right of Jesus, and Mary is to the left. And in that hour, while Jesus was on the cross, and that's the reason I'm taking that video now, he asked John to take care of his mother. Without it, I'm not sure that he could survive. Look how beautiful this is singing. It's a totally different language from the Catholic one. See the mocking Jesus here, for example. It's all about the holy. The high priest house. Garden of Gethsemane. is beautiful, isn't it? I can take you here for hours and talk about everything that happened here. Usually they are not allowed to take pictures like that. This is a special group. Oh, they paid a lot of money for that. But let me bless you, please, at the nailing to the cross chapel, which will be difficult for me to reach. Excuse me, please. Excuse me, please. Here it is. I mean, the ceiling is different than the Greek Orthodox, but what you can see here is the Ascension scene. But this is the only Crusader mosaic from that room. Only few mosaics were left from the time of the Crusader because the church was burned down in 1808. Then let me go out because they will think that I'm trying to take the. I did it already. Early morning, and when I'm taking private groups, that is the reason I'm starting the day. My tools early as I can to avoid that crowd. Beautiful, isn't it? Now let's leave the Golgotha, but not before. I'll show you something. We might say, we know it. This is the Greek Orthodox Cathedral that we already visited. Remember the center of the world? And they prepared themselves from the non-mass moon. You see, they're preparing themselves for that, literally, not the mass. You know what, if you are here, there's another thing to show you, which is the wooden log. Until 1831, Christians couldn't use the bells, mainly because the Muslims didn't allow them to do that, and then they used to knock on the wood. Today, they are continue with that ancient tradition. Then when they're using the bells, usually they are using knocking on the wood as well. If it's okay by you, let me show you a few more places here. Let me organize something. Ooh, because it just fell. My headset. Done. Just a moment, please. Did it. Oh, sorry. Part of the renovation of the floor. Father will allow me to do something. If not, then not. But I can ask. Father, can I go there for 1 minute? Can I go there for 1 minute to the true cross? Thank you very much. Oh. Then let's wait in the line. Then let's go to see part of the true cross. And there's so many relics here. One of them is the hand of Mary Magdalene, according to what they believe. It's hand right here, one of those. And there's so many relics of so many famous people, but I don't have lots of time to be here. Cross, part of it is here. It's not obvious that they're giving me the options to do that. You can see Saint Helena and her son Constantine. Thank you very much, Father. This is something so special, and wow, it's not obvious. And you can see here the creek, because soon, when Jesus will die, the earth will shake, and this is a part of it. You see the creek, and teardrop of blood will fall to the ground, and so many people will resurrect. And according to the Greek Orthodox, one of them is not less than Adam and Eve, the first man ever. Then this is the tomb of Adam. That was amazing. I'm so happy that we did it. You can see another part of the Golgotha right here. Now let's leave the church, but we are not ending the video, and we will continue all the way up to Jaffa Gate. Then you will see exactly how to continue from the church to Jaffa Gate, or from Jaffa Gate back to here. And in Jaffa Gate we will say goodbye. Then Susan and John Caebone, you will have a longer video. It's a little bit crowded here, which is good. Means the tourists are arriving to Israel. And then let's leave the church. The keys of the church belongs to who? To whom? To the Muslims, because there's so many problems between the domination themselves. There's so many problems between them that they prefer to leave the keys in the hands of the Muslims. And I will enter soon. I will enter again, and to the left you will see an old man, and he is the one with the keys to the church. Just like next to the police officer, and why there's a police officer inside the church, because of the same reason. So many problems between different denominations. Everyone wants to share for themselves. For example, that is a Catholic chapel, and then who cleans it? The Catholic. But who cleans the yard? The Greek Orthodox. All right, until now it's easy. Who owns that there? Is that part of the Greek Orthodox or part of the Catholic? Then, according to this status quo, once a day the Catholic can clean it. The rest of the day, the Greek Orthodox. What are those storerooms are doing here? Remember, they had to store the stones they are taking out to renovate the floor. Then This is part of it. You can see the stones here. It's not garbage. Those are holy stones. And let's bless it as well. Because some of them are might be from 4th century, maybe even earlier than that. There are so many stories that I can tell you about the church. This is only the beginning of it. Then this is the facade of the church. That looks like more like a fortress than a church. And that is true. It was built by the Crusader. And we are leaving the entrance. There are 2 exits. One to the left, one to the right. I will take the right one. And I will start to climb up. But can you hear the bells? Another ceremony begins now inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. But we are leaving. We cannot stay here all day. I'm here from early morning. I didn't drink a lot. I didn't eat because I wanted to be here to worship that day. We're going outside. And there are a few things outside the church, and I think it's important for you to see it. I'm blessing, as you already know, but if not, the Jerusalem cross that Susan and John asked me to buy for them, and I will prepare in the video, as you saw, and I will send them the cross, of course. We're leaving St. Helen, the Holy Sepulchre Church, through St. Helen Street. Next to it is a mosque, and this is the Mosque of Omar, and only Muslims can enter there. The Mosque of Omar, there's a beautiful story. Omar is one of the Caliph of Muhammad, and he came to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre to bless. The bishop told him, well, you can actually bless yourself there, pray there. And he said, if I pray there, my Muslim disciples will build here a mosque. Then I will go out and pray, and guess what? There's a mosque outside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Then see 2 paintings. What's the difference? One of them is of the Nativity, the other one is of here. The Nativity, she is still smiling. Only when she came to the temple in Jerusalem, Saint Simon told her that Jesus, the Son, will die in front of her eyes. From that moment, she never smiled. We are at the Christian Quarter Street, but if it's okay by you, I'm turning right immediately and up. And remember, we turn left and immediately to the right, and let's climb up. The future is here. And when you're going out and climbing up, look at the color of the pomegranate, which we know that it's a Viagra.
Yes.
He told me that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good Viagra, good vitamin here.
Good Viagra.
Hello.
That in that case, you can prepare it to you and buy it only when someone is squeezing it in front of you, because the vitamin is still there. Let's continue up. We are at the Christian Quarter. And I'm using it and not the market because I wanted you to see the city without tourists. It's important, isn't it? And although it doesn't look like it, this is one of the best restaurants here. They are preparing, as you can see, it's like a center of the takeout food, all the shops, or most of the shops are buying food from here. Then the food here is absolutely lovely. And this is the chef. This is the chef. I'm actually talking about that only lately I realized that most of the food of the shops is from you. Then remember,
Yes.
you how to reach that place. He is the man. And if you want a good food, go in and eat.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You deserve it. I ate his food so many times, but I didn't know that he prepared it. And most of the good food, Arabic food, is from here. You can see a neighborhood here. From the roof of them, you can actually visit Hasakaya pools. But look at the poor door that no one maintained. And soon, what can I tell you? You won't see it anymore. Christians, although you can see here in Nunnery, and another good man. And if you want to shop, because his shop is the only shop in the district, then he will give you better prices. And he deserves it because he is a nice man too. Look how beautiful it is. See you. Shalom. And I want you to see something that, for me, it's the dogma. It's the most important part of the city. And it's, wait a minute, my ears. God is love. God is love. In Arabic, English, and Hebrew. If you will accept that people believes in God in different ways, we will be happier. And if we will accept it and love it, we will be happier. Then where we are, we just came from the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and heading slowly to the area of Jaffa Gate. Here it is. St. George Street will take us to another important place. And as you can see, without tourists. There's a bakery here. It's closed now. I don't know why. Maybe they went to pray. And this is the Egyptian, the North Africa Christians. You can see here Coptic College. And you will see a sticker there. Sticker won't say Jesus is love. Sticker will say God is love. They are renovating now the monastery and the school here because it's like a vacation. And you can see St. George here. This is a symbol of Christianity. Just wave to them. I won't enter without a permit, especially if we're talking about only women there. Must respect them. And the nunnery of them is in front of you. Look how beautiful is the private house here. Just a lovely day. Susan, oh, your cross smells amazing. And John, this is for you. Ah, he's here. I didn't know because of the two bikes. I'm afraid of tattoos. I'm promoting so many things, but I'm afraid of tattoos. But he's an amazing person. He's a Coptic. Egyptian Coptic, and he's well known all over the world. So many people from all over the world are reaching here to, I don't know, put some holes in their body. As you can see, a lot of tourists are doing it. And the man is there. Hi, how are you? And the most important thing is not only that he's a good artist, he came from a family that started 52 people in the Crusader time. Yeah. Some people ask me for the telephone number. I'm always forgetting it. Here it is. 052. It's like 972 52 8414774. Then after you will pay him, they will be able to buy some new motorcycles. And just to say hello to our Jerusalem cross, here it is in front of you. We are living now the Copt Christian in the Christian quarter. Everyone's got their own street in the Christian quarter. And we are entering to another important Christian place, and that is the Greek Catholic Patriarch. We're talking about Greek Orthodox that in the late 18th century accepted the Pope. Then their churches look like Greek Orthodox churches, but they are praying for the Pope. It's a Catholic order now. And a lot of the Christians in Jerusalem, a lot of the Palestinian Christians are from them. Another name of them is Malkit Church. And in front of you it's a wall, but that's not the wall of the city. This is the wall of the fortress that King Herod used. He used it here mainly because it's the highest place of the city, and from here you could see a lot of things. Behind it, we found some evidence for his palace. He lived in his palace, and then if he were afraid of something, then he ran straight to the fortress. This is Jaffa Gate. We are not saying hello yet, but don't forget to subscribe my channel. And I want you to see a little bit of the city from the outside, and then we will say goodbye. I promise you. It will take us another 2 minutes. But did you subscribe my channel? I'm part of your family now? Are you part of my family now? Then and look how beautiful it is. But there's a gate and there's a road, and that's because the Kaiser came to visit the city, asked the Ottomans to open a road for his carriage that his wife and him will be able to use it. That we're just outside the whole city of Jerusalem. The wall that you see is not from the time of King Herod. The wall that you can see here is only from 16th century. Only. Yeah, but that's for the Americans, only 16th century. Wow, it's a lot of time. But 16th century, it's present time in Israel. See the other side of the wall? They are renovated the minaret, the mosque at, it's called David Citadel, but it's actually King David never been there. It's King Herod fortress. And this is the time to say goodbye and see you in my next video. Then bye-bye. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, Suzanne, and bye-bye, John.